water, earth, fire, air.
Kush King 17 here, man, back with another video, man. Before we get into this video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, man, we growing each and every day, man. So if you want to be a part of the Kush Kingdom, don't forget to spark and subscribe. So yeah, let's get straight into this, man. This is like the best ways to save weed. Save money on weed, save weed, conserve. It kind of goes hand in hand. So without further ado, man, I got some weed grinded up. Yeah, we gonna pack a bowl, man. We gonna get straight into this video. So yeah, let's load up this bowl, man. If you smoking with me, get your stuff ready, man. Pack a bowl with me if you can. If not, hope you enjoy this video, man. Let's flick it up. Timestamps will be in the video, so feel free to click the timestamps, man. One of the first things you want to do when you want to conserve or save weed is definitely get rid of joints / wraps. Invest in a bong or a pipe or a bubbler. Cause man, you know how much, you could get the smaller joints, but you're not really being as efficient if you're smoking joints primarily. And if you smoke multiple times a day, you can easily smoke an eighth. Like you can easily smoke, if you smoke 3 times a day and you primarily use joints, that's like 3 grams in a day, easily. And if you add that up in 7 days, that's 21 grams in a week. Try to bong rip a gram. Try it. You're gonna get much more higher versus smoking a joint, a 1 gram joint. You know what I mean? So I think it is a very good investment, man. You just save a ton on weed. You save a bunch of weed, man. You could, instead of smoking 3 joints a day, you could have 3. You could have a few rips a day. You know what I'm saying? You could, trust me. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of stoners know already. A lot of smokers already know. So yeah, get rid of the joints, man. Get you a bong, a pipe. You'll save a lot. The next best way to save weed is to skip your wake and bakes, man. I fall victim to this, man. We all know, man, your first smoke of the day always gonna be the best smoke of the day. Like you're gonna get your highest the first smoke of the day. So if you skip your wake and bakes, you know what I'm saying, and you stretch it out, eventually you'll be like, I made it this far of the day, or I made it, you know what I'm saying. Eventually you get to the end of the day and it's like, oh, okay, let me enjoy this. You just smoked once, you know what I'm saying. You skip a lot of wake and bakes, it gets habitual. So you start smoking more than once in a day. So if you skip that gets you out of that pattern of smoking multiple times, or it just makes you smoke a little bit less, you know what I'm saying? So skip that wake and bake. It's definitely gonna do wonders to your tolerance, and it's gonna do wonders for you saving money, man. Like you're smoking less, essentially. As sad as it may sound, you're just smoking less. Another tip to save weed, man, is to switch up how you consume, man. If you just, I know a lot of y'all don't have access, and that's understandable. If you don't have access to certain products, then I'm not talking to you. But if you do, or if you can get your hands on some stuff, it'll help you save, man. If you get edibles, try concentrates, you know what I'm saying? You get some edibles, some hash, some wax, you know what I'm saying? That'll definitely help you slow down, especially like edibles. Like if you take an edible, that high it just lasts hours and you don't really have to smoke. And you get an edible, it's kind of like a more bang for your buck, because the high is stronger and it lasts longer. But edibles ain't for everybody. But if you're trying to save, you got to make sacrifices. So if you got to start hitting more dabs, or you got to start taking more edibles just to save some money on flour, or just save flour, then that's just what you got to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, switch up your consumption. Try to do, switch to carts maybe one day, or do edibles only this day. Help you save flour so you can smoke this day. Just be smart about it. So switch up your consumption. Next up, man, we got is dry herb vapes, man. Invest in a dry herb vape. I used to have like this cheap dry herb vape from the smoke shop. It was like some Cookies G-Pen, something like that. It was a cheap dry herb vape, but nonetheless, it still got the job done. It lasted for me. It lasted for a few months, honestly, before it just stopped working. Yeah, we all know dry herb vapes save you a lot of money. You can use that vaped weed and put it in food, and you got edibles, so it's even more efficient. Dry herb vapes is probably like #1, because you could just put such a little amount. There's a lot of positives that go with dry herb vapes, especially when it comes to saving weed. That's probably one of, like I said, that's probably the number one thing you can get. You know, I know they range. You can get from the cheap ones to the very expensive ones. I think they range, you know, you can get them from like $50 to like $300 or even $400. So next up, man, and I think this one is like underrated. A lot of people don't really say when it comes to saving their weed. Take this rip right quick. Get a scale, man. Please get you a scale, because how you know how much you're putting on that scale? If you eyeballing your weed, man, you're not really just being that smart, man. I mean, if you have it like that, then it's fine. But if you're really trying to save and conserve, you gotta know the nugs. Some nugs are denser than others. Some are just super fluffier than others. They vary, so you just can't really be eyeballing it. You know what I mean? You gotta know how much you got. I like to see how much I have left. I put it on the scale. Get you a scale, man. I understand if you in, you know, one of those illegal states and everything, if you got weed in the scale in the car, I get that. But have it in your crib or something, or, you know, if you in a legal state, you could just go get one. They're cheap. They got scales everywhere. So invest in you a scale, man. Like, I kind of feel like you gotta have a scale, man, if you got weed. You know what I mean? You gotta know how much you want to roll up. And lastly, man, you gotta plan. You know what I'm saying? You gotta plan or have a routine, man, with your smoking, man. Can't just be smoking based on vibes. If you want to smoke once a day, you want to smoke a few times a day, you gotta think about it, man. Because if you want to save, you just can't smoke as much as you want to. You can't smoke based on your feelings if you want to save money on weed, or if you just want to save weed. Yeah, have your little routine, man. Stick to it. You gotta be disciplined too. You know, you could say one thing, a lot of people, it's similar to how people say they're gonna stop smoking and they don't stop. So, I mean, you gotta have some willpower and some discipline there. So yeah, that was just some of the best ways to save weed, man. In 2024, you know, save weed, save you some money. In general, man, I feel like these are just some underrated factors you can do to save, man. So quick little rundown. Yeah, get rid of the joints and wraps. Stop smoking those blunts, the fat joints. Just invest in a pipe or a bong. You'll be more efficient. Skip the wake and bakes. Switch up how you consume. You can get flour. You can switch it up to edibles. You know, you don't always have to do the same thing. Invest in a dry herb vape, man. Dry herb vapes are extremely popular. That's just gonna save you flour. And don't forget to get a scale too, because you want to know your product. And don't forget to have a routine, man. So yeah, these are some quick ways of saving weed, man. If you enjoyed this, if this helped you out, please feel free to leave a like. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, man, we're growing each and every day on this Kush Kingdom. So if you want to join, please don't forget to spark and subscribe.